Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to learn about Robomotion Vaults. Vaults are a secure location designed specifically for the storage of your credentials. You can use vaults to store any credentials that need to be securely stored, such as login usernames, passwords, or to keep your API keys. The encrypted credentials are used by the robot within your automation flows. Now let's start by learning how to create a vault in your workspace. Click the vault icon here to open the Vaults dialog. Here, enter the password you used to log in to your workspace to continue. After that, the Vaults dialog will open. Click the Create Vault button to create a new vault and enter your vault name. Let's call this example 1. We need to write a description for our vault, but here we can simply use a dot. So let's go ahead and fill in the description field. Then we can click on the Create button to successfully create our vault. When you create a vault, a generated vault secret key will appear in a pop-up. This key is generated on the user's machine and is not transferred or stored anywhere else. Store this vault secret key in a safe location. If you lose it, you will no longer be able to access your vault, which will require you to delete the current vault and create a new one. In the new vault, you will need to re-enter all of your credentials again. Let's copy it for now and keep it somewhere easily accessible. We will use it later. Now we have created our vault. We can start by adding our credentials, which are our vault items. So let's learn more about different types. There are multiple item types that you can add to your vaults, each with different specific fields. A login item contains fields for a username and password. The email account item is used to store SMTP or IMAP server account credentials. A credit card type holds the card number, expiration date, and CVV, while API key type vault items are for storing API keys and tokens. In this example, we will learn how to use the login and the document vault item types in our flows. Let's start by creating the simplest item, the login item type. We need to assign a specific name to our item for easy identification and selection from the node properties. Let's refer to this item as portal login. For the username, enter user1, and for the password, use pass1. After entering this information, make sure to save it. Here, notice that the vault icon appears unlocked, which means that you can access your vault from this browser. Log into your workspace from another location, and you will see that your vault is locked. Once unlocked, the key is stored encrypted in your browser's local storage for easy access. Therefore, anyone who has your workspace password and enters your workspace won't be able to see your credentials unless they have your vault secret key. You require your vault secret key in order to unlock and access your vault. Now we can retrieve items from our vault in our flows by using the getItem node of the vault package. But let's start with an inject node and rename it to start. To access a vault item and use the retrieved credentials in your flows, use the getItem node that is under the vault package. Now connect the inject node output to the getItem node's input port. In the getItem node properties, you will see the default output as message credentials. Now we need to select the vault that contains our item and determine which item we need to retrieve in our flow. We created the example1 vault and this login item. After that, we can use a debug node to see the item. Now we can run our flow to see if our getItem node will work. The node failed because all of the items in your vaults are kept in an encrypted form, and the robot currently can't decrypt them. The only way to decrypt these items is with your vault secret key. The robot executing this flow currently runs on my local machine and does not have the vault secret key needed to decrypt the items. The robot may also be running on a remote VPS server, which is not easily accessible or requires additional effort. Therefore, we need a method to provide the vault secret key to the robot. In order to do that, we need to go to the Admin Console's Robots page. Click the Robots tab on the left pane to open the Robots page. We can see that the clever Mesturf robot is currently connected to our workspace. This is the robot running on my local machine currently. From the Actions menu, click the Inject Vault Secret action. Enter your workspace password. Here, you have the option to choose the specific vault for which the secret key will be injected into the robot. Enter the secret key that we saved while creating the vault. If the vault secret key injection is successful, it means that the robot now has your vault secret key. This screen is also secure. Each robot has its own public and private keys. This screen initially encrypts the entered vault secret key using the robot's public key, then transfers it over SSL for a more secure transaction, and then forwards it to the robot via an SSL connection. The vault secret key is transferred securely so that no one except your robot can see or read it. Now that we have injected our vault secret key, we can try running the flow again. This time, the robot is able to decrypt the vault's items by having the secret key, and then it can use it in the flow. In the debug output, sensitive information is masked for security purposes. However, the robot has access to the username and password. You can utilize these credentials with our browser nodes, for instance, to log into various portals. This is done by entering the preserved username and password into the required fields on a login page. Now we will explore another way to use vault items or credentials. We will use the Google Sheets package and the Open Spreadsheet node, which requires credentials directly in the node properties. Most nodes have credential properties that must be retrieved from a vault. There is no alternative way, such as manually entering them within the flow. This is for security reasons, to enforce the use of vaults. For the Open Spreadsheet node to work, we need to have a service account key. To create a Google Service Account key, follow the instructions in the shared document link in the YouTube description. By following the steps here, you will be able to successfully create your service account. After creating the service account, we need to create a JSON key to use as our credential. Click Add Key, create a new key, and select JSON key, which will automatically download the key file. When you open this file, you will see the JSON key file credentials that we are going to save in our vault as a document item. Copy this and then return to the vault to enter this credential. Open Vaults. Click on your vault name, then click Create Item. Here, select the document type from the list to add our credential. You can name it as you wish, but we will refer to it as Google Spreadsheet Service Account. Paste the content of the Service Account JSON key here. Ensure that you save the changes and then close the editor. After that, we are ready to configure the Google Spreadsheet node properties. Choose the service account key that we just added to our vault for the Open Spreadsheet node, then proceed to enter the URL of the spreadsheet that we want to open. copy the URL and paste it into the property field. Insert the Get Range node from the Google Spreadsheets package after the Open Spreadsheet node. Connect the output port of the Open Spreadsheet node to the input port of the Get Range node. Get Range is for reading the entire spreadsheet and outputting a table data structure. Click the Headers option since the spreadsheet has header column names. We select the JSONify option because it transforms uppercase letters to lowercase letters and substitutes spaces with underscores within the column headers of the table structure. JSONify acts on the column names and will also be used in the row JSON object keys. And now we can run the flow. The last thing we need to do before running our flow is to share this spreadsheet with the service account email in order to work on it. Let's now find the email of our service account, which can be found on the service account creation page. This is the email. We can now share the document with our service account email and assign editor permissions on it. This is essential for using a service account with a spreadsheet. Now we should be able to read this spreadsheet. Now let's run this. As you can see, Get Range node returned. The columns are from the first line of the spreadsheet, JSONified, and so they are lowercased. The 3 rows are from the spreadsheet too. The company name is Stripe, and the website is also Stripe. All seems correct. We have securely used our service account keys and have learned 2 methods to use them, by using the Get Item node and directly with the nodes. We can now retrieve our credentials from Vaults and use them in our flows in a secure way. Thank you for watching.